G'day, I'm Steve Irwin, and welcome to the Pacific Northwest. Have a look at this. This is the icon of the fauna. Come on, here's her girl. What a little champion. This is Tika, and she's 8 months old, and she's jumping off my back. Holy smokes. Here she comes. Oh, wow, all animals, all the time. Oh, what a good girl. Wow, what an honour to spend so much quality time with a little pussycat like this one. Whoa.
Okay. Steve can take his own care.
You're all right, sweetheart. There's a good girl. She's all animals, all the time. That's a wrap, mate.
Yeah, that's good. That was terrific.
Thank you. She's not drinking. There's an old saying in the film industry. It's hard to work with children and animals. Try working with baby animals. We've put together our encounters of baby animals just for you. Terry and I own and operate Australia's Zoo, and we've been nurturing baby animals all our lives, which has geared us up to our lifetime commitment to wild babies.
We're visiting Melbourne Zoo, where they have a very special baby. Yakini is one of the most gorgeous little gorillas you'll ever meet. Now, although his mother didn't accept him at birth, the zoo staff are taking over raising him until he's old enough to be introduced back to the troop. So precious. Yakini is only a few weeks old, and at this stage he requires round-the-clock care. This isn't something new for Melbourne Zoo. They've raised baby gorillas before, and their main aim is to get him back with his mother. By slowly reintroducing him to her, she will gradually take over his care. But for now, Heidi is mother, and she shares this job with another staff person, and together they take 12-hour shifts looking after this precious little guy. Here at Melbourne Zoo, they're very proud to have a brand new baby boy, Yakini the gorilla. He's a lowland gorilla, he's an endangered species, and he's part of an international breeding program so important to preserve these special animals. At this stage, little Yakini will develop much the same as a human baby, and his surrogate mother, Heidi, will treat him the same way. But as he gets older, she'll have to start teaching him how to be a gorilla. Because of the way he was born in captivity, his real mother hasn't got the first idea what to do. She doesn't even seem to know that Yakini is actually her baby. But when he's older, his mom's expected to welcome him as another member of the zoo's family of gorillas. Look at those tiny fingers and take a look at that beautiful little face. No wonder everyone's so proud of him. It's just great that we're able to breed these gorillas in captivity. Their survival as a species could depend on success stories like little Yakini. The one thing you can always count on with baby animals is complete unpredictability. Sometimes they make us cry, more often they make us laugh, and always they're up to some kind of mischief, usually biting. But the most precious moment of any baby animal's life is the exact time that they are born. And what has to be the most beautiful mother in the natural world would be the rattlesnake.
Check it out. A little baby's being born right now. Rattlers give birth to live young, unlike other species which lay eggs. We're with the rangers at Eglin Air Force Base. She's a little bit grumpy. She's letting us know I'm a big old adult female and I've just had some babies. I'm shaking like a leaf. The tension you could cut it with a knife. Here we are. at the Air Force Base for one of the most significant, one of the biggest and best conservation efforts I've ever seen. Here's an eastern diamondback rattlesnake giving birth to a dozen or so babies, we'll find out in a minute, and they're going to be held, get a little bit of a head start, and then back out into the bush to secure this magnificent species right here in Florida. Oh, the babies are being born right in front of us. And listen to Mum, she's going off the Richter scale. She's letting us know, if you come anywhere near my little babies, I'm gonna bite you. And of course, eastern diamondbacks, they got huge, great fangs. And as these babies are born, they possess a big enough bite to cause me a lot of problems. Look, it's adjusting its mouth. A newborn baby. Woo-hoo. Sweetheart, you're all right. We just have to try and juggle Mum out of the way so we can collect her babies. Not happy. This is the greatest rattlesnake conservation effort we've ever been involved in. Diamondback rattlesnakes have been persecuted and killed on sight since the dawn of time. Can you believe people still kill them for sport? That's horrifying. Here in the Panhandle, they're endangered. And releasing these baby apex predators back into the wild will help all species and inevitably help humanity. Wow, here's an amazing piece of nature. You can see that sac that it's in there. That's the embryonic sac. Here it goes. It's trying to break through. There we go. That transparent sac. Now that's what's inside the mother's belly. It's almost like an egg. It's like a little humicrib. Oh, it just broke open. Here he comes. He's just emerging out through it now. Look, there's his head. Oh, look at that, the first tongue flick. Here he comes, here he comes. Come on, little one. Here's his little tail coming out. Look at that. This is fabulous. He's coming right out of the sack. Look at this, in my hands. Come on then, here he comes. You've got all that sack on you. Look at his tongue flicking. Look, little baby diamondback. Little baby diamondback. He's coming out of his sack. Look at that, he's almost broken, completely free. Here he comes. Here he comes, here he comes. Isn't that just fabulous? Come on then. In you go. Don't you bite your little brother. Great stuff. Fabulous.
You still have to be really careful when you're handling the babies because they're just as venomous as the adults. They've got fangs, they've got venom, and from the moment they're born, they can bite.
Where there's life, there's death. And that's a very natural thing to have happen. Here's 3 stillborns. They're gorgeous little things, and unfortunately, they didn't quite make it. But it's nature's way. A big percentage of these babies out in the wild would have died. It's exactly the same.
Sergeants Maddie and Krause rescue rattlesnakes and remove them from areas where they come into a conflict with people. Then they release them in the vast wilderness of Eglin Air Force Base.
That's good. I got him. Just using this towel to give us a little bit of extra protection, because these are the born survivors. Whoa, see him? He's like just snapping. You're very tough.
The Army Rangers rescue rattlesnakes because they love them and appreciate their role in the natural world. This time, one of them is given birth while in their care.
I tell you what, these 2 here, they're the biggest ones. And like they're going into coil position. Look how fat they are. Look how big and fat they are. So you can see these 2 big ones here, they would be born survivors. Out of the 20-odd, these guys are action. They're ready to go. Whoa, 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 we better go. You're going over the back there. You have to come over this way. You have to come over this way. This one's very naughty. You have to go that way. It's been 24 hours and they're looking tough. They've got all their umbilical off and any little disturbance and, you know, they're ready and rearing to go. So I think they're going to pick a couple out, get them back out into the bush where they belong. Hard to deal with.
Their skin is so soft.
Yeah, and they're fat.
Look how fat he is. Hey, did you pick out another? Which one?
This one here looks big.
Very nice.
Wow, he's fat too.
Very fat.
And so's the snake.
That one there.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what do you think, Dun?
Yep, I think we've got 3 good ones. You know what? I've got a spot just right for them.
Yeah.
Near water, plenty of natural cover.
Yeah.
They should be doing just good.
Great.
All right.
The rangers will eventually release all the newborns back into the wild. But to start with, it's the strongest first. The others will go back when they're bigger.
Okay, here we are. Steve, would you like the honors on this one?
Oh, would I ever? Come on then, Tuffy. Come on, little dog one. Oh, the other one
behind him.
The other one's striking away.
Oh, my brother.
Yeah. Okay. Hang on, mate. Hang on. I know how tough you are. I know how tough you are. This is such a privilege to release one of the most respected reptiles on the face of the earth, a baby eastern diamondback, right here in this silver saw palmetto, right back where he lives, right back where they belong. And look at him. He's arcing up there. He'll bite me too, by crikey, he'd have a go. And that's a great sign for us, really good. Look at this. He's straight back into it. I get to travel all over the world filming wildlife. And Africa is a very special place. That megafauna. And there's nothing more mega than elephants.
Now here's a typical family group, all females or youngsters.
I'm trying to sneak up as close as I can so as I can look at the baby's natural behaviour. Oh, look at the little baby. It wants to play with this teenager. Come on, it's playtime. And away they go. Look at them, all trunks and ears. They're the best of friends, and elephants are so gentle with each other. Look at the little baby, touchy-touchy with its trunk. Get away from me. I want to play with you. Come on, kicky kick. Aren't they just gorgeous? Baby elephants will rely on their mum for at least 10 years, and if they're females, they may stay a part of the family structure for the rest of their lives. The males, they have to leave the herd when they're old enough to fend for themselves and go and get some girls. If I crawl in, you'll just see him he's an idiot on 4 legs, and I should be able to get him really close. Look at him. Oh, my word. Isn't she just darling? Doesn't seem to have too much control over that trunk. It's like a bit of a rubber hose flipping around in the breeze. And those ears and the little legs. She's just starting to learn how to use her muscles. And it's sleep time now. I'm a little bit tired after all this play.
Our next baby animal encounter is at the Galapagos Islands, where I don't think animals have ever learned to fear humans. Certainly the mother sea lions led us right in amongst their community to hang out with their pups. But we still had to watch out for the ever-watchful eye of the beach master. Now all this lying around on the beach looks very casual, but there's a strict social order. Everyone knows exactly where they can sit, and anyone who gets out of place can find big trouble from the dominant members of the family groups. I wonder where the big sea lion in shorts fits into all this.
Oh, you're all right, sweetheart. It's okay. I'm just going to lay here in sand. You doing your backward head thing? Aren't they gorgeous? Beautiful animals. And all the pups are hungry. It's funny how little babies are always hungry.
You know, it looks like all these girls have accepted Steve after all. You might say he's gotten the seal of approval.
Now that I'm all covered in sand, I might go for a laze down in the shallow water.
The Galapagos sea lions have a pup every year, and they'll nurse for up to 3 years. So it's not unusual to see 2 different aged pups nursing off the same mother. The pups always seem to get along well, but among the grown-ups, there's a lot of argument over who owns what piece of sand. Meanwhile, Steve's visiting the nursery. Let's see how he does in sea lion kindergarten.
These tidal pools are really important in a sea lion's life because this is where the young'uns come out and they learn to swim, frolic around. It's very safe. Of course, natural predator of the sea lion is shark, and they're very safe in here. You can see over here that big one doing a bit of swaying. That's one of the beach masters. Big male. I don't think he likes me here too much. These little pups, they don't mind me. They're quite inquisitive. But I've got to keep my eye out for that beach master because if he has a go at me, I've got to move, and I've got to move quick. I've got to remember this is their territory, and I've got to play by their rules. What are you pups doing? What are you doing? Oh, they're lazing around in the water. Doing a little flippy, flippy thing. Doing a flippy, flippy thing. Flippy, flippy. Oh, lazing around in the water.
The baby sea lions don't seem to mind that there's one amongst them that has really weird flippers. It's a pity we can't do this with sea lions around the world instead of only at the Galapagos Islands. I'm lucky enough to get to play mother to these 2 cute little ring-tailed possums. I think Australia has some of the cutest babies in the world. In this next video, Steve travels to Sumatra where he falls in love with a family of his own. She's got shaggy red hair and she's really cute. She's an orangutan. The most incredible primate, the orangutan. And I think we connect so much with them because they're a lot like us. They have a wonderful social system and the mothers take really good care of their babies.
Wow. Oh, man. They are so laid back. Rarely will they come down onto the ground. But as you can see, this little baby, it's chewing away, so it's quite important to the baby to get ground time. It's like our little baby, we call it tummy time. They've got to learn all the experiences, including on ground. Now watch this. The baby will start to get away a bit, and she'll just grab it and pull it straight back down. Come on, little baby. Here she goes. Come on, baby. Oh, isn't that just beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. Oh boy, Terry's met her match here. I'm a little bit in love. I'm a little bit in love with this orang. Look at her face. She's got the most darling facial features, beautiful lips, a nose very similar to mine, those big, gorgeous eyes. Come here, little baby. And look at these feet. Look at your feet. You've got lovely feet. She's got cute little whiskers too. And have a look at that haircut. Nice haircut, sweetheart. Hey, Biddy. Your Biddy's up there. Come here. Come here, baby. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that just sensational? Is that your baby? Is that your baby? Come here, naughty baby. Oh. Are you a naughty baby? Looks like I'm going to spend the rest of my life with this girl. Right here in the wilderness of Sumatra. Awesome. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. If I look at her for too long, I'm going to cry. She's so drop-dead gorgeous. Look at her fur. You know, the other thing that I find totally amazing is they smell great. They really have a pleasant smell. Absolutely pleasant. And their fur is just like beautiful red hair.
We're a little bit itchy. And an itchy eye. That tastes good.
Gee, I wish I had something for her, but it's not good. It's not nature's way. Look, the baby's suckling.
Thank goodness I shared antenatal classes with Terry before she gave birth. This is great.
Wow. She just had a quick suckle exactly the same way as Terry feeding Bindi. How's that? A good little bit of milk. It's very important that a mother gets a great diet so as she can continually make good breast milk. And just like humans, the orangutan breast milk will vary with the conditions of these outside influences. If it's good fruit, good seasoned, the milk will actually change and it will produce, say, more liquid. If it's really, really hot and the baby's starting to get dehydrated, of course, mama's milk will change and there'll be a lot more water in it. And when the baby's first born, it has colostrum, which is a high protein mix, really good for making a good, powerful baby, and it helps build their immune system. So they're mammary glands, mammals, just the same as humans. And she's a nursing mother. Hey, Bibi. Wow, your baby's a bit rough. As with human babies also, babies can get a little rough. You can see on her nipple there, she's got a little bit of a nick, bit of a scar tissue. Holy smokes, you see those teeth? A little bit of scar tissue there. The baby's probably bitten down too hard. I just find this fascinating, the way she just grabs up and brings her baby down right onto her. That's your baby, isn't it, sweetheart? Look at those eyes. Look at those teeth. Wow. They're good teeth, sweetheart. She has got great teeth, and you can see those canines on the side. It's very important that I understand her body posture and her language. It's all right, sweetheart. I better move away. She's getting a little sick of me.
We've all seen the maternal instincts of mammals. Well, I'd like to take a journey up into the foothills in the northwest Pacific region to look at a rattlesnake who's got maternal instincts. They're catching their first rays of sunlight after denning for winter.
Now this is really rugged country, and we've got some fantastic memories of tracking down wildlife in the most remote parts of North America. And one of the most treasured videos from our baby collection is an encounter with a family of very venomous reptiles.
Here we go. Look at this. This is the Pacific or the prairie rattler. Here's a mother and at least two of her babies curled up here in the sun, getting the early morning sun. This is what we're here for. This is it. Now, breeding biology of rattlesnakes, we're only just starting to understand it. Here's a classic example. We've got like a little family unit. We've got a large adult female. She's a little bit skinny. She's just giving birth to these little babies. And look at them. They're going to bite me too, the little devils. But she's sitting there and she's guarding them against predators. You know, little mammals or reptiles or other animals that might eat them. She'll sit there and she'll guard them. What a great job she's doing. Really good. She's not agitated. She's not scared by me. The little ones are rattling at me. They don't like me. Understandable. When you're a little baby rattlesnake, you're edible by a lot of different species. They're fantastic animals. Now, hear that little rattle? Little rattle here. Have a look at this one here. This would be a baby from last year. Fascinating with the biology, the breeding biology of the rattlesnake is that these youngsters will actually follow the trail of the adults back to these den sites. Unbelievable to think a little snake like that would have the instincts to be able to track its mum or its dad or another adult back to a den site. Have a look at this little tacker up here. He's quite annoyed with me. I have a lot of trouble with little rattlers. They're very hard to get hold of because they're bitey little devils. I'll just put him back down with his mum. There's your mum there. Because I'd hate to disturb the perfect rattler family unit. These prairie or Pacific rattlesnakes, they're actually Crocodile viridis, and they've got a lot of different subspecies, and they've got the greatest range of all rattlers. They go from Canada all the way down through the US into Mexico. Now, they used to be considered the most prolific rattlers in the entire world. If you can imagine, this species dens in their hundreds, and they believe they may have even denned in their thousands. Of course, those days are long gone. Those dens have been annihilated. Now we've got dens like this one, which may support 50 or 60 rattlers. Maybe a big den would have 100. They're a beautiful rattlesnake. I find them very, very quiet. How's those fangs? Look at this, look at this. Look at this. This is probably the first patch of sun that she's had since winter. Right, so she's stretching her jaws out, she's aligning her head, she's getting ready. When it warms up, this species will start to disperse from the den site and they'll actually go hunting out into the other rock formations, out onto the plains, into the prairies. And I tell you what, that is the most amazing natural history you'll see. Getting her jaw all lined up after a big sleep, a big hibernation through winter. Look how quiet they are. Look at this, not even rattling at me. They don't give a rip. Here she goes, look at this. Check those fangs out. Have a look at this, watch this. But these little blokes are like little puppy dogs. They haven't got an aggressive bone in their body. Look at this, free-handle rattlesnakes. Of course, never, ever try this. I'm a professional, I've done a lot of rattler work, and I understand them completely. No one should ever touch a rattlesnake. Now, I don't want to disturb this perfect little family unit. I'll just leave them here in the sun.
This is an Australian brush-tailed possum, and he's a little cutie. He looks quite different from the North American possums. They've got kind of a long, narrow snout and look a little bit like a rat. He's got a beautiful, brushy tail, and he's got a sweet little face, almost like a squirrel. Because this one's still a baby, he's on formula. And he drinks a special formula different than you'd give a cat or a dog or even an elephant. And sometimes when you're far from civilization, it can be a real challenge to find a formula for a baby animal. Steve's about to discover just such a drama.
Irian Jaya in Indonesia on the island of New Guinea. And I'm going to meet up with a local who's got an orphan.
Terima kasih banyak. Thank you very much. Wow, have a look at this. Now, this is just a little baby cuss. Obviously, its mother's been killed for food, and looks pretty healthy. It's a little boy one. We're gonna have to get it somewhere where we can rehabilitate it, try and find some Prolax and milk formula for it, and build an artificial pouch and see if we can rehabilitate it.
This baby cuss needs a helping hand, and this baby formula will give it the kick and save it from death by dehydration. I'm going to use an eyedropper, and he's going to take to it. Look at this. Go, little tacker, you can do it. He's drinking, he's lapping. Excellent start.
The trick is to treat him exactly like you'd treat a nursing infant human. So I reckon he'd probably be about a month old, not much more. I've got a little baby Bindi that's breastfeeding at the moment, and so I guess I'm going to treat this little one just like I'd treat Bindi. Offer it milk formula whenever it gets active and hungry.
It's always important to remember, whether it be me or in the wild world, that your mother's gift is that of maternal instincts. She nurtured instincts in me that I can pass on.
He's had enough. 5 meals. Too good.
And just like all babies, he's a messy eater. But I love him anyway.
I reckon his chances have gone from less than 10% to up over 50%. This is really good, but the fight has yet begun. We're going to have to get it to someone who can rehabilitate it. It's not going to be easy in the middle of the Irian Gyre, but we'll give it our best shot.
Hey, guys. Wow! There's a lot of these. These little baby possums all came from the same mother. And there's 12 of them. She had these all in her pouch. The possum, or Virginia opossum, is a marsupial, the only marsupial in North America. And when her babies are born, they're only about the size of a bean. They crawl up to the mother's pouch, and she may have 15 or 20 of them. She's only got 13 nipples, so all of them aren't going to find a nipple to hang on to. Now, as they get older, they start coming out of the pouch. When they get a little bigger, they're about this size, and aren't they cute? It's hard not to just love the little possums. They only have a life expectancy of about 18 months in the wild, and they've done well in civilization because they love scavenging on people's cat food and dog food and rubbish.
Hey, the thing that I like about them is when they get intimidated, they go, "Here's my teeth. Here's my teeth." But they never really bite. "Here's my teeth."
Have a go at this wild little unit. Not the dog, the lion cub. Oh, they're the best of playmates, but I tell you what, he can chomp and chomp down hard. Lion cubs have got a great bite, even at this size. He was born in captivity at a beautiful place called Mogo Zoo. And when he's big enough, he'll get to join the other adult lions. And this is great, honing his skills with their pet Alsatian. Oh, I'm getting a little tired now.
This is Matt, and he's 11 weeks old. He's a naughty little boy. For a lion, and this is Hassel, his friend. It's great to have a bit of company and someone to grow up with, because he can't be with his mummy and his daddy. Have a look at those teeth. Really sharp teeth. And the feet. Look at those. Wow, look, he's got great claws already too. You trying to bite, Hassel? You trying to bite, Hassel? Have a look at his gorgeous eyes. Look at those big, typical lion's eyes. Gorgeous ears. Big nose. And he's naughty. He's a naughty boy. He's a naughty boy. And he's got his tail. Oh, you're biting. Look at that. Cute tail. He's just a kitten. He's just a naughty kitten. Of course, he's going to get big really, really quick. And then the shepherd's going to have a big load of trouble on his hands then. So we want to be nice now. And you see how they open their mouth and go teeth to teeth? They're great companions. Really, really good. No biting. No biting. No biting, naughty. No biting, naughty. See the way they go chomp, chomp, teeth to teeth? They don't hurt each other. It's all a big game at the moment. It's all a big game. Oh, here's two friends. Two friends. You guys are friends, aren't you? Hey, you're biting me. You're biting my shirt. You're biting my shirt. He's got me. He's got me in the death grip. By the pocket. Have you got my car keys? Have you got my car keys, naughty boy? Thanks, Hassel, for getting him off. Look at those beautiful spots. Lovely. Look at those pads. Lions, of course, they range right across the plains and scrub of Africa. And they're still in quite good numbers throughout the majority of their range. It's because they're naughty. He's got whiskers there too. He's got whiskers. You can see his little teeth are really starting to get big. Look at those eyes. Is that a camera, isn't it? Look at this. What's this here? What's this here? What's this here? What's this here, naughty boy? Life's a big game. Lying, life's one big game. Life's one big game. You get it, Mac? Whoops. Oh, Mac.
Hey, look what you got.
We got a bottle.
Come here, Naughty.
You'll bite you.
Whoop, whoop, I'm getting milk on your eyes. Hear him growl? He's growling because he's competing for his milk. Now watch his claws. See how his feet go up and his claws come out and he pushes against my hand? The reason he does that is because if he was nursing off his mother, that would help with the milk production, stimulating the mammary glands so that he can more adequately nurse. Oh, that's good. In the wild, his mother would start introducing him to meat. She'd bring him a kill and let him start tearing at it, and then he'd practice. He'd grab some little animal that his mother had already captured, and he'll grab it by the back of the neck and drag it around looking very bold and ferocious, and play little games like catch Dad's tail so that he can hone his hunting instincts. Because by the time he's full grown, he's going to have to take care of the whole pride. Although the females do the hunting, the males are there for protection, and they also keep up the gene pool. It's the big, strong males that breed with the females, and they make sure that there are healthy cubs in every litter. So he might not have to run and chase down his own food. If he's lucky, he'll have a whole pride of lionesses that'll do that for him. But he has to keep all the danger away, keep other male lions away, and keep the pride very healthy and happy.
Have a go at these. This is Gaza, and this is Cricket. Hey, no biting, Cricket. And they're grey-headed flying foxes. These little babies are only a couple of weeks old. And little Cricket, he's already, ouch, learning how to bite. Gaza, he doesn't bite yet. I tell you what, talk about getting bitten. You wait until you see what happens to my legs after this bear encounter.
Now, a fully grown bear is a powerful predator. And let me tell you, as we can see in this baby video, even at this age, they're a whole bunch of trouble.
These baby black bears, and they're from the coast of Oregon, and they're wild little units. But they've got to stay pretty wild because they're going to be released back out into the bush where they belong. I've got to get another bottle ready. Here you go, sweetheart. Otherwise, she'll start eating my thumbs. Now, this is the female. Notice how she's a real brown coloration? Black bears actually vary in colour. They can even be a little bit blonde. You want to put your hands there? Are you happy? So the little boy one that Terry's got is black, and this little girl one is brown. And in a minute, they're going to tear this place apart. Watch out for the naughty bears! Watch out for these naughty bears! Man, they whip into each other.
We have smart bears.
Hey, don't chew that up.
We've got him as we're rolling down with it. We don't know what we're going to do. We don't know what we're going to do now.
After the baby bears got done destroying the office area, we decided to take them outside for a bit of a frolic and found out it's kind of like taking a cyclone for a walk.
Go a little bit.
Now, to a bear, a tree is more than a nice shady spot. It's a challenge, especially when these two have more confidence than ability.
This is really good for them, honing their climbing skills.
This brother and sister are orphans, and they're getting to run a little wild right now, so they'll be able to cope when they go back into their natural home.
Little baby bears are cute. Little baby bears are cute. They're cute. Here's a fight coming if I've ever seen one.
How to drown your brother. Step 1. No. I'm only telling you that 500 more times.
They sure are hard to handle, and eventually no one will be able to cope with their wildness. When that happens, we'll know it's time to let them free, back in the forest.
Steve's gonna come save you.
Of course, it finally happened. He escaped, and like a kitten up a power pole, he can't get down.
Here comes the mummy bear. Here's the mummy bear.
Now, Steve's gonna try the mother bear technique for getting a baby out of the tree, only instead of grabbing the cub with his teeth like the mother bear would do with immense jaw pressure, he gently uses his hands. Now, Bear doesn't appreciate this, but he doesn't know he's being rescued. He's not big enough to climb that high yet.
Terry and I have been nurturing baby animals from when we were tiny little babies. And I reckon we'll spend the rest of our lives looking after them.
It's been a stack of fun working with nature's little miracles.
I would hope after this adventure you found a place in your heart for our wild babies.